up in the sky. Look, it's captivating. It's energizing. It's Eliances Heroes. Eliances is the destination for entrepreneurs, investors, CEOs, inventors, leaders, celebrities, and startups, where our heroes in business align. Now, here's your host flying in, David Kogan, founder of Eliances.
That's right. These are the builders. They're the heroes. The heroes are ones that create jobs, opportunities, entertain others, teach others, mentor others, and so much more. Let me tell you who we got coming up later on in the show. We have one of the top divorce lawyers. We also have the supermodel, Rachel McCord. And we'll be ending this show with the CEO of Dash Radio. And thank you, too, for all the feedback we continue to get for the person we had on who is the teacher of Dancing with the Stars. She's the one that taught Mario Lopez. And also, too, for the feedback from the previous Apple CEO that we had, where we revealed all his secrets. But now we have the Queen. That's right, the Queen. Now, most people dream of winning sweepstakes and contests. But this queen, Carolyn Wilman, is the founder of Contest Queen. You could reach her at contestqueen.com. Now imagine this. She's going to reveal her secrets of how to win sweepstakes, contests, and giveaways, and she's won in the tune of over $1 million. Now I got to ask you, Queen Carolyn William, how did you even get involved into doing sweepstakes and contests?
Well, thanks for having me on the show. And I got into it when I found myself unemployed, and while seeking a new role, I read an article about a couple who entered sweepstakes as a hobby, and I thought, what a good idea! I don't have to work. I'll just win I'll just win everything I need. Well, sadly, it does not work that way. You cannot earn your living winning, but what it does do, it enhances your life and affords you things and opportunities that you couldn't have otherwise. So, for example, one of my favorite prizes was I got to meet Sting. Well, that's not going to happen in my everyday life.
That's awesome, though. That's like one of those priceless prizes to win.
It is, and those are my favorites because I think that's what makes the hobby so fun. And the other thing that's good is when you win prizes that you can use or need, and then money that you would normally spend out of your household budget is now you can allocate to savings or something else. So, for example, I got a notification today I won a L'Oreal makeup prize pack worth $210. Well, that's fantastic because I don't have to go buy cosmetics now. Well, that money that I would have to spend there, I can now put into savings or put away for a family vacation or, whatnot.
But Carolyn, why would you share these secrets with others? Because aren't they going to be competing for the same things of what you're entering?
Yes and no. You think it would be an oxymoron, but it's not. So what happened is when I first started reading the book, I had someone ask me that exact question, and I thought, that is a good question. Why would I give away all my secrets? And I was driving to a girlfriend's house to have coffee and discuss. And I passed a church, and on their service announcement board, it said, "You can't lose helping others win." And I thought, oh my gosh, people say, "Oh, please God, give me a sign." Well, I had a literal sign. So I knew that it was good to write the book. And you think that more people entering would decrease your odds of winning, but it's actually the converse. When more companies see their promotions as being successful, they hold more. The sweepstakes, companies have spent about, when I first started in 2001 doing this, companies were spending about $500 million annually on running sweepstakes. It's now shy of $4 billion. It's only grown since I started entering. So there's more and more prizes to be won. So, letting my friends know about a winning opportunity or how to enter better so they're not wasting their time, it doesn't affect they're not taking prizes away from me.
Got it. Wow, great. Well, you're listening to Eliances Heroes with me, David Kogan. Be a hero and go to where entrepreneurs align. Be part of the community at Eliances.com. That's ELIANCES.com. And if you haven't attended one of our incredible roundtables, grand tables, secret session panels, and a gazillion other things, you haven't lived. You need to go to Eliances.com because we have the queen, the contestqueen.com, Carolyn Wilman, who you could reach at contestqueen.com. Of course, we'll also have the link on our website at Eliances.com. That's ELIANCES.com, where she is divulging her secrets of winning. In fact, she's won more than $250,000 in prizes, too. And she's a sweepstakes marketing expert. In fact, she was featured in the pilot for the Learning Channel, TLC, High Stakes Sweepers. Now, what is this, Carolyn? Does the luck have something to do with it? Do you have a special good luck charm? I mean, what is it?
No, there's an old expression, luck is preparation meeting opportunity. So if you're out there and you're entering, eventually you're going to win. I don't know anybody that hasn't taken this hobby seriously and won prizes. You know, I call it January at the gym. I get people saying to me, well, I've entered 3 contests and I didn't win. I'm thinking, well, if you went to the gym for 3 days or dieted for 3 days and didn't lose 50 pounds, you wouldn't be shocked. But people enter 3 contests and are surprised they haven't won. It's it's time and persistence and consistency. So when you do that, the prizes do arrive, and you just have to keep doing it.
And Carolyn, isn't it too, like, just regardless of what someone's winning, isn't it like just these amount of endorphins? Because I've won some things in the past, I think probably because I was the only one that maybe entered with my luck. But point being is that like the endorphins just start flowing like crazy.
Well, it's true. I like it because I think I'm a bit of a gambler, but also a miser. So it makes me a sweepstaker because I like the endorphins, exactly what you're talking about. But I can't part with my money, to go and gamble it away or buy lottery tickets. I do occasionally when I feel lucky, but it's pretty rare. And so I like it because you get the same thrill of winning, and it doesn't cost me anything.
Right. Now, you're also, too, you're author of another book. In fact, it's in its 2nd edition, How to Win Cash, Cars, Trips, and More. Carolyn, you've got to share at least 1 or 2 of these secrets with me and our listeners.
Okay, well, my number 1 rule is read the rule, because it's the thing people do least, and you will get disqualified. I can't tell you the number of times I get so excited about entering a sweepstakes, and I would go and I would enter myself, and then when I was married, I'd enter my spouse, and then I would go and think, oh, I better read the rules, and it says 1 entry per household, and I've just disqualified it. Like, it was a complete waste of time, because the companies at the end do something called, they do a sort, they do a dedupe through the system and exclude all the disqualified entries and take them out before they do the drawing. So, or I would be entering after it closed, because companies don't always take the entry forms down online right away. Or I would be, I would make every mistake under the sun. So now I tell people, read the rules first and figure it out. Because if it's a one-time entry only sweepstakes and you're entering every day, guess what? You're not going to win.
In fact, you bring up another good point. Is it required on these things, some of these that you enter, that you have to buy something from the company in order to be able to enter?
That's where the rules, again, are very important, because a lot of them do. And think about it. The companies, nobody's doing it out of the goodness of their hearts. They're in it to drive sales and brand awareness and marketing and get your name on a list and whatnot, because that's what they're doing it, right? Just a fun way to market their products or services. So a lot of times they'll have, hey, come in and, buy this product and we'll give you an entry into this. But if you read the rules, by law, they always have to have a no purchase entry option. So then they'll have something like, hey, for a no purchase entry option, fill out, just write an essay of 50 words why you think this is the best, and mail it to, this address with your contact info.
I've always wondered, Carolyn, who could be reached at contestqueen.com. I've always wondered the fact, though, is does it increase your odds if you're buying the product or the scratcher versus having to fill out maybe that 50 word essay or something?
I look at it. What is the value of the product? So I actually live in Canada, and our postage right now is $1 plus tax. So, $1.13 a stamp. So if they ask for self-addressed stamped envelope inside. Now I'm looking at $2.50, $2.75 by the time I add on the stamp and maybe the label and everything. Now, if it's a $1 chocolate bar, it makes more sense for me just to buy the chocolate bars because I get the chocolate and the code, and I'm saving myself time of mailing this thing in. But if it's a new cell phone, which is $1,000 now, or something fairly expensive, then I will take the time to write the essay.
Carolyn, I'm probably going to ask you a question that you've never been asked before. And the other side around is let's say that I'm a business, and we've got a little less than a minute left, but let's say that I'm a business, and I'm thinking, you know what, I want to put together a contest and all of that. What are maybe some of the cool things that I would be able to do? Because we have many people who are business owners also listening. Something cool that I would be able to do as far as putting together that contest that's going to attract the most amount of people.
Well, depending on the business, something quick to do would be to hold a social media contest or using a program like Rafflecopter on your website. I work with companies. Actually, that's where I earn my living, is I work with small businesses on their promotions. So I'm very versed at that because that's why I got good at sweepstakes. I took my marketing background and combined it with my hobby. So now I help small businesses. But again, the number one thing I tell businesses is make sure your rules are locked down tight. So it's the same number one tip, whether you're entering or you're marketing, it's always about the rules.
Excellent, excellent. Well, anyone who could figure out how to win over and over at contests and then decide to teach it to others and help them be a hero, you're a hero. Queen Carolyn Wilman can be reached at contestqueen.com. This is David Kogan with Eliances, and when we return, we're going to have one of the top divorce lawyers, Christy McMurdy, who could be reached at mcmurdylaw.com.